Hello everyone. We are diversifying our activities to reach out to a broader audience in the countries of our geographic focus that include Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Greece, Kosovo, Macedonia, Montenegro, and Serbia. So that by using online sources, we share with you the news, the positive news, progress and achievements that these countries are making in our four thematic pillars: energy, education, tourism, human capital, or labor market. We are starting with the Balkan Forum podcast series that will take place weekly, and it's separated into three parts. The news, we will collect the news from online sources, promoting entities from all around the region, and have a discussion with the guests in the studio. So the first part is news, and this have been among the headlines from online resources. We begin with news on cooperation between countries, Bosnia and Herzegovina and Albania. Sarajevo Times writes about the visit that the mayor of Sarajevo paid the capital city of Albania, Tirana, where he met with the mayor Erion Veliaj, who received the key to the city of Tirana. Both mayors discussed concrete projects in sectors of tourism, exchange of experiences in the use of European funds, and exchanged ideas for joint participation in the foreign markets. Montenegro and Albania. Albanian Telegraphic Agency writes about the current cross-border cooperation between Plava, Montenegro, and Tropoja, Albania, and that both cities will apply for joint projects to increase the cooperation between the two countries. Albania. Albanian Telegraphic Agency writes that the economic development in Albania has reached 4.5% increase, a figure that has not seen in 10 years, and that the foreign investments in 2018 are expected to reach $1 billion, which is higher than in 2017. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sarajevo Times writes about 5 most successful business stories from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Help to young people in starting their business provided by Mosaic Foundation in cooperation with the Swedish Development Agency, Company Elas Metal Export from Banja Luka on issuing of birth certificates, citizenship certificates, and other forms. Increased exports of Company Bosnia Lijek to 63.3 million Bosnian marks, compared to 52.8 million in the same period in 2017. Official beginning of the construction of a new Bosnian marks telecom building worth 6 million Bosnian marks and adaptation of the existing building in the city of Bihać. Continuation of positive business operations by Cosmos Company from Banja Luka, which in the first half of this year achieved a profit of about 1.4 million Bosnian marks. Croatia. Total Croatia News writes about the expansion of tourists who visit the country, that one of the biggest tour operators in the UK, TUI UK, is bringing 2 new flights to Croatia from Manchester and London airports. It also writes that Croatia and China are seeking to expand their cooperation in the field of tourism industry, which includes flights between the two countries and simplification of visa procedures. Greece. The independent Balkan news agency cites that Greece Minister of Labour, who revealed that the government is preparing to increase the minimum wage, which is seen as the first move to signify economic recovery in the post-bailout era. Kosovo. The newspaper Zëri writes about the organization of the Conference of All Mayors of Kosovo and the implementation of the new law on energy efficiency and the establishment of the Fund for Efficient Energy for Kosovo, saying that by the end of the year, 9% of the energy consumption will be saved as a result of efficiency measures which will be taken in the country. Montenegro. Total Montenegro News writes about the importance of investments in rural development as a way to secure job creation for thousands of farmers in Montenegro, and that a number of companies who have received grants emphasize the significance of investments in this area of the economy as it assures business sustainability. Macedonia. Macedonian Information Agency writes about the increase of tourism. It says that an estimated 1.2 million tourists will visit Macedonia this year, and 390 million euro in foreign currency inflow will be recorded. According to the agency, the rise of the number of tourists in Macedonia has also been a result of the promotions launched in media outlets in Slovenia, Serbia, Croatia, Kosovo, Romania, and other countries. Serbia. The Balkan Insight reports on the economic cooperation between foreign investors from China and Serbia. It says that there has been a $3 billion economic package of the economic investments which will contribute to the development of the country. This Chinese investment is expected to be the port of other investments in the region. This is all from us for this week's news. Now let us move to the next section of the podcast, which we present an entity.
The Balkan Forum is a regional cross-sectoral platform that works to create a new vision for the Balkans based on economic development, democratic values and the rule of law. Our geographic focus includes Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Kosovo, Greece, Macedonia, Montenegro and Serbia. Our thematic pillars are education, energy, tourism, a labour market and human capital. Our goals focus on facilitating cross-border and cross-sector dialogue to generate new thinking on regional challenges and opportunities, incubating ideas for and capitalising regional initiatives in 4 key thematic pillars, building a knowledge base and providing research and policy analysis to foster mutual learning and accelerate progress towards innovative solutions to regional development challenges, and encouraging media coverage on successful grassroots, business and other models and cooperative initiatives, and encouraging cooperation among the diaspora from the Balkans to support the socio-economic development of the region. In 2012, the Balkan Forum was founded to assist transformation of the Balkans into a region ready to leverage its strengths in order to achieve better strategic position on the European and global stage. The strategic idea for the organisation is to use a multicultural past, unique combination of natural and human resources to create a new regional approach based on cooperation and development. In 2013, we held the first annual Balkan Forum in Thessaloniki, Greece, enabling a group of diverse stakeholders and emerging leaders to achieve a mutual understanding of the advantages of cooperation and opportunities for economic development, grounded in a commitment to collaborative action. In 2014, we hosted a regional meeting in Tirana, Albania, where regional and European stakeholders discussed concrete energy efficiency measures in the Western Balkans and methods of regional energy cooperation, including those established by the European Energy Community Treaty. In 2015, we held the second annual Balkan Forum in Thessaloniki, where region's diverse stakeholders and emerging leaders worked on joint action plans for the 3 interconnected thematic pillars that are crucial for economic development of the region. Number 1, energy, environment and economic development. Number 2, education. And number 3, human capital and labour markets. In 2016, we set up the digital platform. And then in 2017, we facilitated dialogue between and developed relationships with different actors in the region, promoted successful stories on regional cooperation and development. In 2018, we saw the establishment of the Regional Civil Society Platform for Democracy and Human Rights and its presentation at the London Summit in July 2018. We also established strategic partnerships with different actors in the region. 3 annual conferences, 2 regional roundtables, 7 regional debates, 95 video interviews, 4 regional policy briefs, contribution to 15 high-level national, regional and international fora, and establishment of the Regional Civil Society Platform.
That was the entity for this week. Now let's move to the guest section with my colleague Astrid Istrefe.
We have the pleasure to speak today with Mr. Aleksandar Dedovic, who is joining us via Skype from Nikšić, Montenegro. He is doing an excellent work, not only for Montenegro for so many years, but a recent activity, a regional activity that took place in Gusinje, Montenegro, that aims to foster exchange, cooperation, and relationship building between the young people in the region and build their skills to be proactively engaged in policy and decision making, has been an event for which we want to speak with Mr. Dedovic.
Thank you very much, Mr. Istrefi, for nice words about Alpha Center as well as our regional Euro-Atlantic camp. And it's my pleasure to be your guest, and congratulations to Balkan Forum for this type of the format and debate and this interview. The regional Euro-Atlantic camp REACT has been established in 2008 just because to raise the public debate about NATO accession of Montenegro. In that time, the idea, that unique specific concept of this camp was very, let's say, understandable and suspicious from other government institutions and other NGOs. But we were strongly believe that our idea is an excellent concept to gather young people from the different countries with a different political, ethnic, religious view toward the future of the region as well as for Montenegro. The opportunity to gather people to discuss pro and contra NATO membership. Our idea was that this type of summer school prepare and realized so far from the capital, Podgorica, and so far from our beautiful coast. I'm sure that 11th edition of the REACT camp also was justified that our idea was right, because the young people from different countries staying together, talking about the topics, not only defense, NATO and EU integrations, military, diplomacy and international relations. In our first REACT gathered 60 young people from the 7 regional countries. Almost in 2010, we gathered 100 people from 41 countries. We think that Montenegro needs to be good host and to promote the nature and beauty of the north of Montenegro in order to promote our tourism as well, because as this is the additional value of this camp to promote north of Montenegro, not only our beautiful coast as well. So during the years, REACT camp started to be an excellent example about cooperation. Government institutions, non-governmental organizations, intergovernmental institutions, and international organizations, diplomacy community in Montenegro, business and media society as well. So always we try to gather different partners and different donors and different participants in our REACT. I'm especially proud because I am someone who is a member of the team who raised that type of idea, and after 11 years we can repeat it once again. Yes, we did. The communication, the cooperation and coordination between young people, future leaders, is necessary for establishing stability in the region of Western Balkan, for establishing cooperation, understanding and common development of the regional countries. And I am sure that guys, participants at all 11 REACT camps must be one day decision makers or opinion formers in their countries, so the knowledge, the skills, the experience they gather during the REACT camps will be helpful and useful in their professional as well and is their private career.
So my understanding is that you mentioned in 2010 there were 41 countries who sent different representatives to attend REACT camp, which is really an international event. It's not only regional or Montenegro. And so what do you see that there is a difference? Because if we look at the politics, it's not always simple, it's complex, there are issues that are unresolved between the countries. You look at the media, the picture that they paint is so ugly for the region and the relations between the countries.
So in every single React camp, every year you can find, this is just example, young people, future leaders from Bosnia and Herzegovina coming from the area of Banja Luka, Republic of Srpska, from the area of Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and from the area of Mostar or Hercegovačko-Neretvanski canton, doesn't matter. Also, when we are inviting people from Macedonia, we try to have Macedonian representatives, Albanian representatives, Serb representatives, as well as for Kosovo and other parts of our region. So we notice that people have different views on the future about the regional countries. So this year, what is news, all participants who would like to come and participate into the REACT 2018 need to write an essay in all countries all over the region on the topic Western Balkans in 20 years, challenge and opportunities. So this year in the Gusinje at the north of Montenegro, we gathered the winners, 5 top winners from each country to come and join us. Also, this year we have participants from Romania, from Bulgaria, from Albania, and 11 countries as well. In order to answer of your questions, yes, we can notice the difference. Now I will talk about a measurable indicator. Starting from 2008 until 2011 last night, alumni, the large alumni network of Riyadh Camp consists of 11 MPs, member of parliaments in the different countries of the region, but please bear in mind all of them were students during their participation at the REACT. We have 2 presidents of political parties, one Montenegro and one in Macedonia. We have 22 leaders and decision makers in the high management of the non-government organization and civil society organization all over the region. We have more than 10 of them who are chief editors in the regional media, electronic and printed. And we have a lot of them employed in the high management of the local communities and as well as political parties all over the region. So these people, these young people, they were students at participating at REACT. Now they are in position, as I said, of opinion former or decision makers, and they have their peers, they have their colleagues, friends. They met during the REACT, and it's very easy to communicate, to visit, to know the situation, not only political, but economic, social, culture, whatever in a neighbor's country, and it will be very useful in decision-making process to all of them. And this connected, this network, this friendship, I am sure that it will be that is and will be very important from the future stability of the region. So, especially when we are talking about the place venue of REACT, every single year, 11 times on the 11 different places of Montenegro. Just for the people who never came from Montenegro and to try to share info, we started in the village Crkvičko Polje in the Plužine municipality 2008. After that, village Glava Zete in Danilograd municipality. In 2010, it was village Pošćenje in Šamnik municipality. 2011, Vučje near Nikšić, also on the mountains, ski center. 2012, it was Mojkovac at the north of Montenegro. 2013, village Homlenovo selo in Plav municipality. 2013, village Tarna under the Komovi mountain in Andrijevica municipality. 2015, ski center Vučje. 2016, it was Ivanova Korita near Cetinje under the Lovćen mountain. And 2017, last year, it was Žabljak. This year, finally, 11 in Gusinje, in the village Vusanje, and I am sure that someone in Alpha Center will continue to raise this idea, to raise the flag of the understanding, mutual cooperation, and peace and stability in the region.
So this is so important what you were saying, that the location was changing every single year, because sometimes people not get an impression but may know Podgorica and Budva, but they may not have opportunity to go and see the rest of Montenegro. Now, just coming back to the young people that attend REACT camp, Are they open? Do they discuss? Are they influenced negatively by media and politics and these things? Or are they, more relaxed? Do they, think differently about the future and about each other?
Whatever we already talk about the REACT camp, I am sure that all of us can conclude that all conditions for the good work, for the good atmosphere and positive energy are already provided. So the selection of the place of venue, selection of the participants, as well as carefully selection of the topics and the professors guarantee that all of them come to learn. In first 5 years, just bearing in mind that we really did a job in trying to raise public awareness and public support to NATO integrations as well through the public debate. We try to involve the young members of political parties, of all political parties all over Montenegro. But in a very short time, we concluded that idea was not too much good, because the young political members, the youth from political parties, are coming to the REACT with advanced developed prejudices, with advanced developed answers, with advanced developed statements and stance, just in order that their president of political party said maybe months or 3 months ago. So it was very tricky and very hard and difficult to sit all of them to the grass and to raise debate, to try to exchange arguments, to try to see the future in a different way than not this political program and party. And in very short time, we rejected that type of selection of the participants, and we are every year trying to launch the large open call for all participants all over the region, not only through the political parties, to our partners from NGOs in the region, through the media, through the social media, as the way how to reach the young population. So when we are talking about is it difficult to push young people to think with their own head, to develop their own opinion, to have different opinion, and what is the most important, to change their opinion towards anything in the not only foreign policy, interim policy, social, sport, media, whatever. We have to bear in mind that they are young people and they have no information. The lack of information and the access to the right information is sometimes very difficult, because about this information of the media, it is not only in Montenegro, it is always in the region. Just only one, again, measurable indicator. In Montenegro is 650,000 people. It is 400,000 voters. And Montenegro has 73 registered political parties. Now, if you are looking these data, you can conclude that Montenegro is very strong and developed democratic society, but the membership of the political parties of Montenegro is only just because the idea or to hope to find job after the graduation, to find better position, to make some business or so on. So the young people need to talk, and it's very important, but the REACT camp is very good example for that, how young people can change their attitude, how they change their opinion, just in a discussion with each other, because this is unfortunately for the first time some of them came to REACT camp and to hear, for example, Albanian language. They have no chance to hear it before, especially when we are talking about north of Montenegro, because Albanian in Montenegro is talking around Tuzli, Podgorica, Upčin as well, and our tourists who are coming to Montenegro. So most of them for the first time had Macedonian as well. I started from Albania because Albanian is the official language of Montenegro, but the young people, future decision makers, have no opportunity to hear, not only to understand and to talk in Albanian. So this is a million, if I can say, reasons, and million additional values that REACT camp is always providing. Also, as you maybe know, the sport and culture activities are obligate in the REACT camp. And every night during the REACT we have movie nights and we have culture program. Culture program is very good chance and opportunity for them to learn about neighbor's country, to learn about one new country. It is, let's say very clearly, it is very good education from the future officials in institutions of the Montenegro, in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Defense, to know the capitals of the neighbors countries. Starting from that, I don't want to go deeply, but there is a lot of examples that the people are coming at the REACT without any knowledge about different countries, and especially because we are mixing them in the same room. What does it mean? 5 participants from 5 different countries spending 6 or 7 days in the same room and trying to meet each other, trying to accept differences, trying to learn, and they are talking in that before and after official sessions. This is very important for the future of the region, because they are talking about their families, about their works, about their neighbors in the city where they are living, about not only political system, economic, social, whatever, and this is very good for their future.
And I think we can probably conclude with this note, because people that are attending the event there get to know each other, get to know more about the culture, language, history, and so many other things, food and tourism, and opportunities to cooperate and interact with each other. And so that is brilliant. And the other thing is, you have been doing this work for 11 years and focusing on discussions about NATO integration, and this is a good example that can be used for Macedonia, sharing that knowledge, sharing that experience with Macedonia now, maybe in future with Bosnia and Herzegovina and other countries in the region, and also sharing lessons. There are so many lessons that you have drawn from these activities that may be really important for other countries of the region. So I think, continuing to do such events and organizing them and having more people attend and creating more such opportunities really is important. And so when is going to be next such big event organized by Alpha Center?
You're right. I am sure that is the best way and the best event how to promote, how to discuss, how to make a debate. When we are talking about NATO and accession to NATO and support, everything regarding NATO, the people are thinking about the very serious person in the black suit with ties, talking very strongly about military. But this is the way how to open with a smile, discuss with the young people. It is really enjoying. And I'm sure that we will continue with the activities like this one, as well as for Macedonia, because that our neighbors' country need dialogue. Its political situation in every single country in the region is completely different and complicated. And what is the mission of REACT camp is the Balkan will not be complicated anymore. In very short time to start to be a respective player on the international scene, and respective from the international community as well from the other countries, not only NATO members but EU. Because what is the Balkan? Balkan is very small territory when it comes about the square meters and number of citizens. And why we cannot cooperate together in all areas, starting to be presenting not only in tourism, in economic, in social, but we need that political elite in Western Balkan countries need to find their real cooperation for the media and making photos and smiling during some gathering events on presidential and prime minister's level. So they need what they promised to the people. They need to put it into the practice, into the reality, and these people in the region, Western Balkans, will live more better, in more quality conditions than they are living right now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dodovic.
This is all from the Balkan Forum podcast for this week. Follow us next week.